Bianca, come on over. There we go. Right here from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You're not really from anywhere now because you like live on a tour bus, don't you? You're kind of like.
Actually, I've been traveling a lot lately.
Wow.
At least this summer, huh?
Bianca, the thought that you are going to get up in front of people and do what you do. Do you think about it anymore? Is it what goes through your? I mean, are you used to it now? Is it?
You know, I'm pretty much just used to it now. I mean, I've been performing a lot the last year and a half, and you know, it's just been amazing. You know, I just walk up on stage and you know, I do my thing, and I really hope that you know the message of the Lord gets out to the audience. You know, they really understand how it is.
Let's clarify something. Bianca turned 13 last September. In September.
Which, of course,
I'm sorry.
Completely,
I knew that.
You know, that makes you understand how come she can sing so well. I mean, she's 13. Come on.
She's 13 now, so.
Not 12. I mean,
but
she's
what's
a teenager.
funny is to watch Shawn while she's singing because they're both the guys are just sweating.
Nervous. Yeah, it makes me nervous when you sing. I mean, I'm like afraid you're going to mess up, and you don't. So it's like
you can relax now.
But are you used to it yet? I mean, that was the. I mean, do you understand that's kind of unique what you do?
It's very. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
We remind her. I think a lot of times I'll stop and just put things in perspective and tell her like this is not what a normal kid's doing now, but to her. This has just become normal, which is really, I mean, a blessing in itself because it's so easy for her now because it seems like it's a normal process, but then we also have to remind her that...
Okay, tell the quick story about you actually didn't know she could sing.
Oh, God.
Because that's pretty funny to me, actually.
She was 8...
I just want you to tell it.
Yeah, she was 8 years old, and she said, I want to get involved in acting. And I said, I'm an insurance adjuster. I don't know nothing about acting.
Yeah.
I said, how do we do this? And she said, well... she wanted to find some auditions and go on. I said, okay, you find an audition, I'll take you. And she found this one. She was in New York, and it was for Star Search.
Right.
And she said, you know, my friends told me about this audition, and I want to go up there. And I said, that's fine. I'll take you up there. And I said to my wife, I'm like, it'll be a father-daughter day. We'll go up there and let her do this little audition, and we'll go see Times Square and take her to a toy store and then go out to dinner, have a real nice night out. So on the way up to the audition, I said, by the way, what are you going to do when we get there? She said, well, I was going to sing. She said, do you sing? I said, I sing a little bit. And I said, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Well, we got in this line.
I sing a little bit.
That's what she said, yeah. So we're in this line. We were in line for 5 hours. It was almost the whole day. So they were taking 30 people at a time and letting them go, and 30 more in, and about a half hour letting them go. And then she went in with her group, and they all came out, and she didn't come out. And I was like, I didn't know what was happening. Then I'm like, I wonder what's happening because she's real shy. So I'm like, she's not striking up conversation in there with anybody. I know that. So then the door opens and the producer calls me over and he said, who's her vocal coach? And I was taken back first. And I said to him, you put me on. I'm like, it's the age of reality television. You're not going to get me. And then he thought I was putting him on by saying this. It was like a real awkward.
Wow.
So I was like, is she really as good as you're saying? He said, I have 5 producers that are going crazy. So I said, I got to hear this. I went into the room. She sung a country song, and then she sung an Aretha Franklin song. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, how did that happen? I'm like, where did that come from?
You were adjusting some insurance somewhere while that was happening.
Obviously. Yeah. But that's how we found that she could sing. And then she did that show, and then the Apollo called her, and then it's been amazing. I mean, with no knowledge, we've come really far.
Wow.
And there's they've got 4 siblings. And do any of the other ones sing? Well, you were up for Annie, right?
Yeah, I did
do the Annie thing.
No, I was younger.
Yeah. Wow.
But I guess we're all really into music. I guess because we grew up with it because my dad was a guitar player. He was into really like heavy metal kind of
insurance.
Back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, you know, back then.
You go from heavy metal to insurance adjuster.
Yeah, I get that.
So we just all love music, and now my brother plays guitar, and he likes to sing, but he likes to also scream.
Right.
Because heavy metal, that's like the in thing now.
From Dad.
Yeah, he actually toured with us. He played guitar for us for the tour.
Yeah, for the tour this summer.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
So why do you think the Lord's given you this gift?
I guess probably just to share it with the world, really get the message out, because, some people don't really realize it, and, sometimes at some of the shows, they'll be like, wow, there really has to be a Lord. There has to be a Jesus Christ out there. If that comes out of you, like, there's no way. So it's like,
not from me.
wow. And, you know, it's really a blessing to know that you're changing people's lives, and, you know, you're bringing them to the Lord. And, you know, now they're going to go to heaven when they die. So, it's just amazing.
Wow. So this summer you toured with, who are the people you toured with?
Allie and AJ, Corbin Blue, and Drake Bell.
Cool.
For those over 16, those are people from the Disney Channel that you were on a tour bus with, right? You did, and like, give us an example of where you did your tour.
Well, it was a 30-city tour. We went from Phoenix, Arizona, to Philadelphia, New York, to back to California. And we were just flying all over the place and, you know, touring. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun, though. It was everywhere. It was crazy, though.
And where were you playing? What kind of places?
We were doing big stadiums.
Arenas, yeah.
Different
Arenas like the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, that kind of stuff?
Yep, we did that one. Yep.
Okay, so when you walk out there, are you nervous?
Not really. You know, I guess, well, ever since I was younger, I've always been a tap dancer. And, you know, I've always been on stage, and I did recitals with all my friends. So I guess I kind of just grew up being on stage, you know, not being nervous, just going out there and having a good time. So I don't get nervous before any of the shows. You know, I just go out there and have fun with it.
I get nervous.
Yeah, that's Dad's job.
Oh,
that's my job, too.
We'll get nervous for you.
So basically, the dynamic that God would give you a platform. Do you understand that totally? I mean, at 13... I don't remember being 13, so I you know, yeah, and then if you have no talent, it's really not an applicable statement to me. So, do you understand that God gives gifts so that there can be a place for you to show? I mean, is that completely understood by you?
Definitely.
So you're as smart as I am, is basically what you're saying. Now,
Kinda.
yeah, exactly. When, you know, this is such a foreign thing to me. I mean, you're 13, and you go out and you sing to entire arenas, right? Is that what you do?
We did one. It was 180,000 people.
Oh yeah, it was for NASCAR.
I was
NASCAR. Yes, and
Wow.
it was in Florida, and I didn't get a sound check. You know, I just kind
She
of had
wants
to
out a
go out
microphone.
there.
I'm like, do I get a sound check? The guy says no. If it doesn't work, just pick that one up there. She's like, okay.
So I'm just like, okay. And my dad's just like, oh my God! Look at all these people. It's like, calm down, Dad. You're not the one on stage.
You're not the one going on stage.
So you're in front of 180,000 people. So what did you do?
I just went out there and I sing. You know, I don't really think about it that much. I guess, you know, you get the butterflies in your stomach a little time because I just kept on looking around. You know,